Have you ever felt overwhelmed by decisions, trying to do everything at once, but by the end of the day, it feels like you didn't really move forward on anything that truly matters? That's the silent dilemma of thousands of entrepreneurs, creators, and freelancers. The routine is heavy, the decisions are many, and strategic clarity seems constantly out of reach. But what if the solution isn't working more or adding more tools? What if the answer is thinking better? Charlie Munger, one of the greatest business thinkers of all time, spent nearly a century developing principles around rationality, simplicity, and focus. And today you're going to learn how to apply these principles directly to the way you build your business in a practical, accessible, and transformative way. Many people know Munger as Warren Buffett's partner, but his greatest contribution goes far beyond investing. Munger wasn't just an investor, he was an exemplary decision maker. His mind was like a clean lens. He saw what mattered and filtered out the noise. Over the years, he developed a set of mental models that anyone, especially entrepreneurs, can use to make faster, clearer, and more confident decisions. And the most surprising part? These models don't require advanced technical knowledge or complicated formulas. They only require discipline and a commitment to thinking with structure. The first principle is multidisciplinary thinking. Munger believed that a mind limited to just one field is like trying to understand the world through a straw. He said, "To understand the world, you have to use models from the major disciplines: psychology, statistics, biology, microeconomics, engineering. In other words, the more mental tools you have in your belt, the better you'll solve problems." A practical example: when studying your customers' behavior, you can use cognitive psychology concepts like confirmation bias, scarcity effect, or cognitive dissonance. This helps you design better campaigns, create more persuasive messaging, and shape customer journeys more effectively. You don't need to be a psychologist. You just need to know how to use the right model at the right time. The second principle is first principles thinking. Instead of copying what others are doing, you break a problem down to its fundamental truths and rebuild from scratch. Elon Musk popularized this idea, but Munger had already mastered it decades earlier. In business, this means you don't build solutions based on what the market is doing. You ask, what is the real problem I'm solving? Then what are the basic costs involved? What's the true value being delivered? For example, when launching a digital product, instead of following another generic funnel template, rethink the experience from your ideal customers. Point of view: where are they? How do they consume? What's the most urgent pain? Thinking in first principles gives you mental independence, and in the world of ideas, that's pure leverage. The third principle is simplicity as strategy. Munger was obsessed with clarity. He said, "If you can't explain something simply, you probably don't understand it well enough." Complexity is the enemy of execution. And in business, this applies to everything: your value proposition, your workflows, your sales funnel. Let's take an example. Imagine you've created a 12-step sales funnel with automation, triggers, and segmentations. It might be technically correct, but if you can't explain it out loud in under 60 seconds, it's a problem. You can't optimize it, you can't delegate it, and soon you'll stop managing it altogether. Munger would do the opposite. Remove steps, simplify the journey, reduce cognitive friction. The simpler your model, the easier it is to iterate, communicate, and scale. That's not laziness, that's applied intelligence. The fourth principle is rational allocation of time and energy. Here Munger was blunt: avoid dumb stuff, eliminate inefficiency. Time is an entrepreneur's most limited resource, and how you allocate it defines the rhythm of your growth. Many people spend their days on what's urgent, but not on what's truly important. Munger teaches us to think in terms of return. Where does your time create the most value? Which task, done consistently, elevates everything else? An entrepreneur with mental clarity uses tools like the Eisenhower matrix to prioritize, the 80-20 rule to cut the noise, and regular self-review to ask, what am I doing that could be delegated automated, or just eliminated. This kind of clarity is what separates the overwhelmed from the strategic. These 4 mental models aren't just interesting ideas. They're a new mental operating system for anyone who wants to build with more purpose, less noise, and better decision-making. Thinking better is what allows you to act with confidence. When you combine multidisciplinary vision with first principles logic, eliminate unnecessary complexity, and direct your energy with precision, you build a strategic advantage that doesn't depend on budget, luck, or connections. It depends only on you and the way you think. To wrap it up, let's go over a quick checklist. Use multidisciplinary thinking. Combine insights from multiple fields to solve business problems. Think from first principles. Go to the root of the issue before following the crowd. Embrace simplicity. Simple, when functional, often outperforms the complex. Align time with impact. Put your energy where it truly drives progress. And here's your challenge. In the next 24 hours, apply at least one of these principles to a real decision in your business. Maybe it's a project choice, a strategy shift, or just cleaning up your calendar. Do it with intention and watch what changes. If this content made sense to you, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. Which of these 4 principles do you already apply? And which one are you going to start using today? Here, we talk business with clarity, strategy, and no empty formulas. Because thinking clearly is the most powerful advantage you can build. See you in the next video.